Hello and welcome. I thought tonight I would do kind of a check-in for the coming new moon in Cancer tomorrow, which is being said by many to be a portal. There's many things I've been seeing and feeling that have been occurring, especially on the twin flame journey and the collectives. And I know one of the main themes I'm seeing is for those that need to release exes that they've been entangled with for a long time, especially in unhealthy dynamics. So we're talking like karmic situations. That this will likely be a day that they will either begin the process or finally complete the process. I'm getting a sense that it'll likely be enhanced for those with strong either Cancer or Capricorn placements. And if I recall correctly, this should also be a black moon, which is a second new moon within 30 days, which is more rare than a blue moon. In any case, I thought we would kind of just check in and do the tea and see what is going on for, let's say, divine masculines at this moment. And I'll do another video, kind of some advice and words for divine femmes, and I'm thinking that I might also do some videos for each sign. We'll see. So let's get ourselves started and let's see what's going on for divine masculines. Especially, this is going to be for those of you that have either been in separation, like you're no contact or you're not talking, or you've been in contact but it's been very ambiguous or scattered, or maybe even like things might have been going on but suddenly you're not talking, or you've still been kind of dealing with this Mercury retrograde energy, because we are still in the post shadow of Mercury retrograde. We've got about another week for that, and we're already seeing energies pick up quite a bit from that. I know in my own journey that things are definitely shifting and changing, and we're going through kind of a, I don't know what else to call it, but kind of a 180, 270 energy. Like, there, at least for those that are on a similar channel or collective journey to myself and my DM, there's this 360 energy going on, but it's not a circle, it's a spiral. And I don't know how many others are picking up on it. I've seen a couple of readers picking up on that as we start to go towards a complete spiral, we see, we'll hit a 90-degree angle and things are kind of crunchy. And then we hit a 180-degree angle and you start to see kind of this weird Freaky Friday switch with your divine partner. Or you'll see that things are reoccurring but in a more evolved way. And the same thing kind of happens as we get to that 270. It's a little bit chunkier. And then you hit the 360 and a cycle has, well, it's either completed, or if it hasn't completed, you're going to go through it again until it is completed. So for those of you who, like me, would prefer to, keep growing and have a different experience of evolved contrast, here's prayers to you and to myself that as we hit towards this new moon tomorrow, that ourselves and our divine partners will have a more evolved connection coming out of this, whether that's just getting back into contact, or achieving way better communication, or achieving a friendship at a real new beginning, or if you've already gotten that far, taking it to the next level. We'll see. All right, so first cards that we got out in the bottom of the deck, the Devil, Capricorn's card. I'm Capricorn too. Now, that tells me that divine masculine for the new moon is definitely dealing with, well, karmic connections for one, because this is all about Saturn. It's all about karma, dealing with things that we have either swept under the rug, or that he knows he's doing. I'm going to use he and masculine, but please, let genders flow the way that they feel right for you. Anyways, it seems like divine masculine is definitely dealing with commitments that no longer serve. And recognizing it because it's an upright. I'm getting the sense that the DMs that I'm on the channel with are really becoming enlightened to the situations that they put themselves in. And for those of you that are experiencing your masculines going quiet right now, it's because they're really recognizing this. They're looking around and going, this situation I'm in has manifested because of my inner demons, and it's a time that I face them. And I just split the deck too, and we've got the star in there. And what I'm getting the sense is this is us, divine femmes. Like they're really thinking about the situations that they're in, the karma that they built up, good and bad, and they're doing so because they're seeing the light. And this is a guiding light card too, and we are often their guiding light. And so something you've said recently, or something you've sent them has really, like, it's causing them to kick themselves in the butt. And the cards that came out so far, we got the Four of Swords. In this deck, it's flamingos. We've got Temperance, our favorite card, right? And Queen of Wands reverse. And this one's it's Peppermills. Now, it's interesting because typically we see, like, advice for the femmes to be this Temperance card. Like, wait, focus on yourself, new balance. But what I'm kind of getting the sense of here, especially in the order of these cards, is that, well, with this one in particular, especially with this guy, I don't know if you can kind of see down at the bottom. I know it's real dark right now. I'm doing a reading outside. I just figured embrace the absurd. But this guy is, like, he's he's sitting there and he's wrapped up, and he could probably undo himself, but he's not, and he's feeling kind of tied to the wall and being guarded by these flamingos, these swords. And swords are typically thoughts, and boundaries, anxieties, things like that, but they can also be people. And just the way that these flamingos are looking at him, I'm getting the sense that these masculines, they either are being watched or they feel like they're being watched. And I know for some of them, they are being watched. The karmics that they've gotten with are very, very insecure, very possessive, and they see these divine masculines as their meal ticket. And, when a lot of their journeys started, divine masculine either said that they would take care of all sorts of things for them, or they got roped into it, and part of their karmic lesson is learning to have good boundaries about that. And so right now, what I'm getting the sense of is that, like now, as we're building up to this new moon, this is part of why many of these masculines are freeing themselves from, these situations, as, where they're sitting. And I just noticed something too, going under the deck. So this is a situation they're in. Behind that is the Eight of Cups. That's leaving. That's recognizing that fulfillment is not where you sit. And underneath that is the Two of Wands in reverse, like feeling stuck, wanting to make a choice, wanting to make a change, and not really knowing what direction to go in. And it's in reverse there. And we've got the Seven of Cups underneath that. It's both having too many choices that it's overwhelming, but it's also manifesting new choices, thinking about it. That rabbit is like, which one of these rabbit trails can lead me the heck out of here? It can also be being overcrowded by people. I know many masculines, and I'm getting the sense that this is for many of them. They jumped into situations where they are surrounded by a lot of people, and it's overwhelming. There's so many mouths to feed and so many things to do, and that's part of how, I'm going to say that's part of the karmic situation. Not necessarily that the people karmics are keeping them there, but it is how they are able to keep the masculines so tired and wrapped up that they are, they're not listening to spirit. It's Hierophant. And they've wrapped them into commitments, that aren't even about love. They're not about that. They're, about, well, it's really about healing childhood trauma. And underneath that, we got the King of Swords there. And underneath that, Death reversed, burning those bridges. Burning those bridges because of something that they've seen behind the curtain that does not fulfill them, and tells them that this is definitely not a good situation. And even under that, the Fool. They're ready for a new beginning. I love that it's a Mad Hatter too. You know, they're and I'm feeling to call the stop at this one, but the Eight of Wands reversed, and that one in particular in the regular right deck is the Wounded Warrior card. Like they're, and having it in reverse is like so done with the situation. And as we saw death in reverse, that's not necessarily a transformation. That's like burning the bridge. Like I'm done. I don't, maybe I'll rebuild it one day, but for right now, let's just burn it down. And now back to the cards that we had pulled. What I'm getting the sense of, these masculines are really feeling trapped. They're feeling stuck. They don't like the mask that they've been wearing. If you've got a divine masculine who's really been giving you this image of like having a Brady Bunch sort of situation and everything is all very happy and wonderful, it's not. And they're getting tired of wearing that mask and lying to you. And the Temperance card that I'm getting is actually that they are likely trying to free themselves from this reverse Queen of Wands. The reverse Queen of Wands is somebody who uses their sexuality to hurt people. They might be using jealousy to try to manipulate them or control them or piss them off if they haven't done what they wanted to. And the masculines on for this collective, they want out, but Spirit is actually saying, no, there's something else. You got to be patient. There's something else that you have not taken care of, or you have not addressed, or getting kind of a weird ringing in my ears. It feels like for some of these masculines, it's they're still holding on to kind of an old karmic. They're not learning a lesson about standing in their truth, having healthy boundaries, and initiating the end of commitments that no longer serve. They're trying to kind of be bratty and create situations to where their karmic partner is going to end things, and it's not working. And this is part of why Spirit paired them up with them, and what's happening is like, they want to go. They want to get out of there. They don't want to be stuck in this situation. This is kind of a quarantine card too, like they feel like they're stuck. And the irony of this card is that one of its lessons is also about prayer and mindfulness and meditation. And when we want something, it starts in the mind. And so they're by Spirit taking their cups and holding, they've got your cup and they've got your masculine's cup, and they're holding them separate right now, which, if some of you guys are feeling like there's some extra space or silence between you, this is why. Because, you see this guy in here, he's looking into his bag of goodies, he's looking for resources, and so this, your masculine is feeling extra frustrated right now because they don't know how to get their karmic partner to end things for them, so that they don't have to feel like they jumped into something and then ended it, and have what they feel like everybody looking at them saying that was horrible of you. If they can get their karmic to end things, then they'll feel like they're vindicated, for lack of a better thing. But at least for a fair amount of these DMs, the karmic partner that they've been tied with is not going to allow them to let go so easily. And they're very well accustomed to these fights, these bratting and things like that. And it isn't until either one, they've found like a new target, for lack of a better way to put it, someone new to take over the resources, or when the other person says it's time to go. One of the two. But I can definitely tell that the karmic partner, I have a feeling there's more than one, especially because of these four in here, but only one of them has been semi-romantic with them. But she's the type that I get what I want, and, oh, excuse me. There we go. She's the type that, in upright, it's, I get what I want. I get what I want, and you're not going to stop me from getting what I want. And in reverse, it's, if you don't give me what I want, I'm going to make your life hell. I'm going to tell people, wands are about communication, I'm going to tell people nasty things about you. I'm going to hurt you with my words, and I'm going to make it hard for you to access me. I'm going to stonewall things so that we can't actually make progress, and I'm going to make you worried about what happens if you actually try to leave me. And I'm going to get some clarity on this Four of Swords. Let's see what's going on with that. This is going to be kind of a shorter video. I don't have a whole ton of space on my phone and stuff either. So if anybody wants like more of a personal reading, please feel free to reach out. I'm happy to do that. Okay, so immediately, we had 2 cards jump out. And on the bottom of the deck, Page of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, so these masculines are, they're feeling like they planted some seeds in some bad soil. Is what I'm really getting the essence of. Yeah, we got the Ten of Swords in reverse, and the Ace of Wands in upright. And I mean, I'm getting a strong sense that not only are these masculines like the Ten of Swords in upright, it's kind of about ascension. It's like an evolution of thoughts, and like while you're done with a situation, done with a cycle, you're kind of hitting the next level of it. Whereas the Ten of Swords in reverse is like, I am so ready to be done with this situation. This is horrible. Why is it continuing? And there's all sorts of anxiety about it. It's a lot of thoughts coming in. And I get a sense that these masculines are thinking like, what is the easiest way to get out of this without looking like a major fool? I can't believe that I jumped in with this person. There are so many things that I know that I spoke up about. I know that I did my part to make sure this wouldn't happen. Or in reverse of that, like, I wish I would have spoken up. I wish I would have said something. I wish I wouldn't have jumped right in with this karmic person. This is really killing me. And if you imagine it, like, when it's the Rider-Waite deck and it's the swords, this guy is upside down and the swords that, like, at least when he's, when he's upright, the swords are in his back. Yeah, he's been backstabbed and whatnot, but they're just sitting there. Whereas, like, I look at it like when it's in reverse, that's the real backstabber card, because then he's falling onto those swords. And that's what I'm getting the sense of. Like, there's a lot of things going on right now. There's a lot of drama. There is a lot of voices, and there's a lot of things going on. And like, masculines, they are trying to navigate themselves through not only the voices in their own head, but the voices of I'm going to say some karmic friends, and yeah, and because of Tamara, especially with the association of releasing exes, there's voices of their exes coming in here too, and many of them without being asked for, and some of them with being asked for, but they thought they would get more support. And the situation, and I mean, not only do they want a new beginning, but I mean, the Ace of Wands is typically associated with pretty heavy sacral chakra energy, and sexuality, and it's also about communication. Like, these masculines are ready for a new beginning. They're so ready to be done with the situation, and they're feeling stuck. That's what this is about. They're feeling stuck in a situation that was supposed to be done already. But they're having trouble speaking that new beginning into fruition. It's still kind of in their heads, which is part of why we've got the Ten of Wands in reverse. Like, they're ready to be done with it, but they're still working through those throat chakra blockages. And I think that's part of, we're going to check on this Temperance card, but I think that's part of what this Temperance card has got going on, that their spirit is saying, no, you must speak it. You must speak it. You wanted to be healed. You wanted to no longer have entanglements like this. You want to be with your feminine. You want to be the kind of man you feel that she deserves. You must learn to speak your truth and end with finality toxic karmic connections. I'm going to set that one aside, and let's look at, we're going to look at this Temperance card. Like, what is, I'm going to say, why a Temperance card? Why do masculines have the Temperance card going on here? What is that about, Spirit? Are they having to wait for something? Are they, is Spirit doing like I suggested and holding them there till they speak their truth? Is there something they're waiting for? Okay, so we got one card. It's the Three of Cups reversed, and on the bottom of the deck we have Justice reversed. I'm gonna look in the middle here. Oh, the Page of Flamingos. Okay, that's the Page of Swords. And I'm getting the sense on this Page of Swords, part of this is a bit about spying. It's also about writing and thinking, and getting into a grounded energy. I'm getting the sense also that they might be kind of waiting to catch the karmic in some sort of a situation that allows them to free themselves, like gives them a reason to say I'm done, since they're not able to seemingly get their karmics to say that they're done and be final with it. And they're kind of looking for something that it becomes a reason that is bigger than their desire to avoid conflict. And because we've got Justice in reverse, like, I'm getting the sense that they might be, when they jumped in with these karmics, many of them ended up in entanglements that made it a little more difficult to free themselves. They may have gotten onto a lease with these karmics. They may have signed up for some sort of car payment, or they may be wrapped up in some sort of unsavory kind of white collar crime thing going on with them, and they are trying to disentangle themselves from it. Some of them even may have started like selling weed on the side, or doing little things to try to keep up with the money spending that they're going through. Or it might be that they're just feeling like they're not being treated fairly, and they're trying to, I don't even know, like in reverse, like there's no balance in it. They might be dealing with some air signs, Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. They might be, or, it might be that I know some of these karmics are the type that they may be threatening some sort of, going through some sort of legal system to blackmail the DMs. And interesting enough, the Three of Cups in reverse, like in upright, it is one of the most joyful cards, and it's reunion. But it's also often, as we see, there's three people and there is a third party. So they're waiting on some sort of a reunion that is not joyful. They might be waiting for their karmic partner to deal with some sort of court system thing. Maybe they had a warrant out, or maybe they got in trouble, or maybe they had to do some jail time, or some of the masculines might even be dealing with that. But either way, they are not looking forward to the return of this. This is not a happy sort of reunion happening. And I'm getting the sense that many of these masculines, even part of the need to be patient, is that they got themselves wrapped up into a situation where they're dealing with more than one karmic, that they're living with or working with, or somebody that, like, their partner's friend or their partner's sibling or their partner's ex. There's like too many people involved in this, and it's part of, it's driving them into themselves, which is a good thing. It's causing them to become more creative and to think about what they want, this Temperance card. But the reason that they're having to wait, and that we're having to wait for them, is that there is some sort of, there's something to do with the court or the legal system, or a contract or a lease or something that they could get free from, but it's not going to be a joyful experience. And they're really I think what it is they're trying to find a way to get around it, and kind of create some bad karma to do that. And Spirit is really saying, no, you need to speak your truth. You need to be honorable. You just need to bite the bullet and deal with the consequences. But you are going to have to be creative, like, especially if they did do something that is even on the line of illegal, or maybe there's plenty of them that the main reason that they're there is because they did something that was unfair to you, and they don't want you to find out. Like, you've been love and light and there for them, and they don't want you to know just how dark they went in their dark night of soul. And that in order to leave the karmic situation, that's probably going to come to light. And so they're hesitating, they're really there. And I don't know why, but I was just splitting the deck, and what came out was the Five of Wands. And that's kind of it's building something. It's playful competition. It's also a little bit of fighting, a little bit of drama. That's what they're worried about. They're worried that there is going to be some drama, not just from you, but from their karmic partners when they end things. And that drama really scares them. And I think Spirit is really trying to get them to see that, yes, some drama is very scary, and it's not fun to have it there, but you have to clean up your mess. You have to deal with, the karma that you created. Now let's look real quick while I have time at this Queen of Wands reversed. Why is she in reverse? Why is she in reverse for our new moon in Cancer tomorrow? Our portal, Cancery portal of home, really. Kind of getting the sense off of that too, that this portal is going to have a fair amount to do with home, because Cancer is the 4th house. It's a deal with the mother and the moon, emotions, things of that nature. And it's a new moon, which is kind of like an eclipse. Interesting. Okay, so what we got here, we got the Queen of Pentacles in upright. So that's the underlying thing, the stuff that's, the shadow work that's going on. So the first thing I'm getting the sense of is that this karmic is mad about you. She knows that you are there. You are this stable, in fact, let's look at the bottom of these. You are this stable resource to your masculine. You are nurturing, you are there, you are grounded, and you, look, the Temperance came out again. You fill his cup. You help him feel better, and he's seeing that and learning that. And we got Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Like, he is not feeling like he is very abundant with them, and he has been wanting to speak to you about it, but he's stuck in that situation. Like, I totally shuffled these, and he's still, it's still in reverse. He's ready to be done with that situation. We got the Tower in reverse. He's been totally, like, there's been way too many towers, way too much drama. It's so overwhelming him. He's ready to be done. And yet it seems like there's one earthquake after another. And yeah. And Two of Pentacles, he's been juggling. He's been juggling his thoughts about you and about her, and he's ready to be done with that. And the Four of Swords now is out in reverse. This is the Narcissist card, and he's tired of that. And we got the Nine of Pentacles here, the single lady card, single man card. He's ready to be single. He's ready to be free, financially, romantically, all of it. And why? Because he wants his twin flame. He wants a happy home. He wants celebration. He wants to be done with that situation, and he's done repressing his emotions and holding them back. He wants to have faith in himself and his feminine, and that's not happening. And lo and behold, right? It's the Three of Cups in reverse, and he's not happy. It's not joyful. They've been fighting and not having a great time, and he's not looking forward to another fight. And she's definitely very victim mindset. It puts him in victim mindset, and he's learning to come out of that. Like, he's learning to evolve out of that, and that's going to be the way that he's going to come out of alignment with this karmic partner and be able to come through. But he's got to get out of his head first. He's got to allow himself to move forward so he can have his Ten of Pentacles with you. That's marriage and legacy and all of the things, family, all of it. He's got to tell the truth first. He's got to stop being afraid of the drama and probably ask you for some help. I'm feeling called to stop at that one. But the two cards that came out when I was asking about what that Queen of Wands reversed as being so catty and vindictive about, we got the Hanged Man in upright, and we have the Five of Swords in reverse. This is conflict, and it is intentionally hurting somebody else, and it is stealing, And, you know, the Hanged Man is often, for me, I often find that it is when we are in kind of a universal timeout. When Spirit has said, you gotta wait. You need to learn something. There's some sort of new perspective that's going on. And actually what I'm getting the sense of, yeah, and I'm getting big tingles on that. I think Divine Masculine found out, this is also a cheater card too. I think Divine Masculine either just found out or has known about some cheating going on, like as in a literal cheating, but also in terms of like finances. Maybe they've been stealing from masculine, or they've been manipulating them or making them feel shitty, so that they will stay stuck and stay in that mindset to keep giving to them, or make them feel like you're the enemy and so they can't come closer to you. And masculines are now putting themselves in a timeout. They're pulling themselves in, they're pulling their energy in so they can really figure out who is this enemy? How am I my own enemy? Who is the karmic? Is it my divine femme, or is it this other person? What's going on here? But this Queen of Wands is mad because he's not playing, he's not talking, he's probably either already talked about this and said, look, I'm done. I'm done. I'm not playing this game anymore. Or he's about to. And he's kind of drawing in to draw his strength for that. And this is coming in for that new moon energy tomorrow, which a lot of them, to be honest, probably don't know that there's going to be a new moon coming in. So they're being affected by these planetary bodies without even really knowing it. Some interesting tea there, though. Like, there's definitely some conflict going on, and masculine is drawing in. And I think that what it is, the irony is, like, the divine masculine definitely wants to be with you, but many of them probably really, like, they know that you are there. They know that they're meant to be with you. They also know that there is something that they need to deal with and something they need to heal, whether they're, like, super conscious of it or not. But the the karmics, they're insecure. Their first thought is you. You are the biggest threat, to their situation, even if you're not doing anything. I mean, most divine femmes, in the beginning we might be really wrapped up in what our masculines are doing, but we quickly learn, or we get guided to start working on ourselves, and that's part of why our divine masculines keep coming towards us, because we're there for them. We're not pressuring them. We're working on ourselves. We're doing our own thing. We're not being like super needy or desperate and stuff, and the masculines find that very attractive, and it's very pressure free, and we're not asserting ourselves into their relationship, but that is what their karmic partner is really used to. I'm going to pull, I think I have time, I'm going to pull one more card. I'm going to say, what is the most likely move for most of these masculines tomorrow on the new moon? Like, what are they going to do because of the situation that they're in? Like, is this going to be a beginning of freeing themselves, or we saw that energy in there. They're ready to be free. They're done. But something's holding them back, and I think this new moon in Cancer energy is something's gonna click them forward. Okay, we got a couple of things. I know I don't have a whole lot of memory left, so we're going to wait on it. So we've got the Six of Cups in reverse. Usually in upright, that can be a soulmate, or even a karmic situation. But in reverse, it's like, I don't want to reconcile. I'm not sorry. I want to be done. I know that there is a hidden third party going on in here, and and I smell a rat. And what the cards that we got here... Oh, isn't that funny? Look what popped right back up, and I shuffled that pretty good. Queen of Wands reverse. We got the Chariot in upright, and the Judgment in reverse. So, yeah, I'm getting the sense that even if they don't make a super big like move, like they're like, I'm done and we're over and stuff, they've already kind of arrived there. And with this new moon in Cancer energy, they've made their judgment, and their judgment is that they don't want to be with this person anymore. And this could also be the energy of multiple exes that have been in their lives, that they are seeing They're not good for them. And Judgment in upright is like a quest begins. So this is a quest ends, at least for right now. And they're going to succeed in it, whether it's the beginning of it or the final end of it. They're there. They're ready. So make sure that you are working on yourselves, Divine Feminines, and that you're not too, like, don't be too worried about this. Just have faith that it's coming, whether you see it tomorrow or not. It's there. Just have faith in it, and don't worry about the timing. Be open to multiple outcomes, and remember that whatever happens, whether it's just a big fight or they're processing their emotions or whatever it is, they're going to be in their emotions. So this is a really good time for you to focus on you. If they reach out to you, be gentle and kind. Don't drop your boundaries, but be empathetic and, and be willing to talk when they're ready to talk. They're going to have a lot to say. All right, y'all. I will do some more videos and see you around.